what so proudly we hail at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming in the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air gave through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave? For the land of the free and the home of the
Good evening and welcome to Ultimate Dirt TV. We're a little bit late tonight, and you know what's kind of funny? BJ was looking at time and score, and apparently we have ventured off to a new server. Maybe we're doing two servers. Not sure, but Kyle Busch was in the race. That was kind of confusing.
He's 12th.
He's 12th, so he's not winning. But we're here with the Bluegrass Cup series, or Xfinity series with the Bluegrass Iracing series. Qualifying on the board right now, and Scott Fritz leads the way. Radburn Shutters, Blake Hensley, Keith Hackney, and James Silvers rounds out your top 5. The next driver making his way onto the racing surface for Fernley, Nevada, it is Tony Iverson. Tony Iverson in that number 72 machine.
So, our top 5 right now is Fritz, Shutters, Hensley, Hackney, and Silvers. Gonna see what kind of a lap time Tony Iverson can put down while he's making his way around. Standings coming into tonight, we got James Silvers, followed by Radburn Shutters, Adam Lancaster, Kyle Mays, and Jim Ott. Your top 5 in points right now. We're looking at 120 laps, the stage break on lap number 48 tonight.
Lap number 48, and we forgot to mention, Jeff Gordon was in that lobby. So, I mean...
Yeah, Jeff Gordon is... I've still got that one pulled up because I was curious. Jeff Gordon is in 8th, and I've got more details on that race. I figured out what's going on. It is a throwback race. Oh, look, Billy Moyer's in here.
Hey,
they like to every once in a while, when they do their throwback races, change the names of the drivers to the cars that they're driving.
So BJ was a little confused there. That's all right. He had me confused. I thought I was broadcasting 2 races at once. And...
Hey, they had me confused. When I click on your link and those are the names I see.
Tony Iverson goes 14th quick on his lap. Let's see if he improves. He does. He goes to 3rd quick on his 2nd lap. So Fernley, Nevada driver of Tony Iverson goes 3rd quick. Scott Fritz, Radburn Shutters, Tony Iverson, Blake Hensley, and Keith Hackney round out your top 5. Mo Abbott on the track at number 48 from Sacramento, California, currently 18th on the score charts here as he is just making some extra laps here around Nashville Super Speedway. So 23 drivers have timed in. I was informed that they're going to advance it as soon as the last driver eligible to qualifies. So we're fixing to go into the main action here tonight. No Kyle
30.
Busch, no Jeff Gordon in this lobby.
Nope. 30 drivers registered for the race tonight for Bluegrass Xfinity Series.
Alrighty, well, they're fixing to roll. Advance the session over.
Ricky Thornton Jr. here.
Yeah.
I'm having fun reading names.
Well, hey, this is another thing now. So now I'm kind of really confused. It's time and scoring. All right, there we go. I had to make sure it didn't freeze because the timer clicker says that so a minute 50 on the board. And it wasn't moving. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's time you've been waiting for. Well, maybe. Might be the time you're waiting for. It might not be. We'll figure it out. Here's tonight's turn grid on the pole to CFM Esports, car number 01, Scott Fritz to his outside. The Cornerstone Motorsports, car number 3, Radburn Shutters.
Row number 2 to the inside, the high side. Hustlers number 72, Tony Iverson. Lined up to his outside, the weaponized Motorsports number 31, Blake Hensley.
Row number 3 to the inside, Cornerstone Motorsports, car number 69K. It's Keith Hackney to his outside. His teammate, Cornerstone Motorsports, car number 33, James Silvers.
Row number 4 to the inside, the 44 of Brad Gebhardt. Lined up to his outside, YNH Motorsports number 15, Matt Grenier.
And in row number 5 to the inside is Jim Ott in the J3 Motorsports car number 1 to his outside, Elite Motorsports car number 17, Adam Lancaster.
Row number 6 to the inside, World of Thunder Racing number 46, Sean Kostritz. Lined up to his outside, Empire Motorsports number 18, Michael Robinson.
In row number 14 to be Alex Carr in the Team Birdie Racing car number 28 to his outside, the JB Motorsports car number 74, Jason Arison.
Row number 8 is going to be made up of Weaponized Motorsports number 38, Justin around the inside, and the Syndicate number 13, Brian Terry on the south side.
Alrighty. Row number 9 to the inside, the Elite Motorsports car number 7, Justin Winters to his outside. It's the Color Teal Racing car number 48, Mo Abbott.
Row number 10 in the inside, World Thunder Racing. Number 12, Robbie Richards. Number 2 is outside, Cornerstone Motorsports. Number 77, Tyler Evans.
And row number 11 to the inside to be Kyle Mays. And the 55 to Mays Racing to his outside, the Bush League Racing car number 92, Jordan Slater.
Row number 12 for the Mays Mafia. It's going to be the 42 of Todd Mays. A lineup to his outside, representing World of Thunder Racing and Shotgun Racing Performance. It's going to be the 57 of Jonathan Atkins.
Rowing off 25th with night be Bobby Mays in number 2 to his outside, Jason Bridges in the high side Motorsports.
Row number 14 to the inside, Cornerstone Motorsports. Number 30, Alex Penn to his outside. The 19 of Jeremiah Hobbs for Empire Motorsports.
And your final row tonight be Michael Cole in the 67, Travis Twitty rounding out your field in the high side Hustlers car number 29.
Steve, I think this might be one for the record books. This is the first time I've seen everybody on that starting grid list actually take the grid.
Well, I think they did last night with 26 drivers, I believe.
Did they?
Yeah.
They might have.
All right, the lights will go out the flag stand. Marty, the flagman, I believe he is flagging tonight. Barney not here, or was not here last night. Let's see if we can take a look who it is tonight. That looks like Marty, so we'll go with Marty. Marty's on the flag stand. Barney been taking some valuable time off. Lights are out. We're going to go green out turn number 4, where the action is attraction. It's the Bluegrass Iracing Series. Bernie. They're Bernie. That's right. It's Bernie on the flag stand. Oh. I mean, they shouldn't have so many flagmans on iRacing. We all get confused.
Well, yeah. Two drivers were ready to go out there warming their tires. A little surprised to see that. You know, we heard about it a lot last night from Neil Jr. Tires are a very, very important thing, very big thing
From who?
At Nashville Super Speedway. Mikey Neal Jr.
Oh, they said Dell Jr. I'm like, what?
No, Mikey Neal Jr. It's a very important thing to save your tires here, and warming your tires puts a little bit of wear, maybe not a lot, but does put a little bit of wear on your tires. Pace car is off, Steve. All yours.
All right, the pace car is off. The field's in the hands of Bernie Sanders there on the flag stand.
Oh, jeez.
Bernie going to wave the green flag. We're racing here with the Bluegrass Xfinity Series for 48 laps. The distance is stage number 1. Scott Fritz to early race leading in turn number 1. There's Tony Iverson going to follow in pursuit with him. The 3 of Radbird Shutters in that 3rd spot. Shutters started on an outside front row, followed back to the 3rd spot. And then you have Keith Hackney in that 69 machine in the red. A little odd looking car, but that's all right. And then you have Blake Hensley rounding out your top 5. Pretty much the field has single filed up except for Matt Grenier and Jim Alt there. They're side by side. That's for 8th and 9th on the board. Scott Fritz will lead lap number 1 here at Nashville Super Speedway.
And top 4 cars already starting to single file out. Blake Hensley and James Silver just a moment ago were side by side, but it looks like Hensley's going to get it. Hackney's going to drop away to the inside. He's going to lose them all kinds of spots. Looks like he got a little loose out of turn number 2 right there. Stuck down on the inside. Now he's going to fall all the way back to that 9th position with Adam Lancaster on his outside. Now right behind him is a battle for that 10th and 11th spot between Matt Grenier and Sean Stritz. Stritz is going to clear Grenier and move back in the line right behind Keith Hackney.
Meanwhile, Fritz continues to lead on lap number 2, and Tony Iverson is right there in pouncing distance. In that number 72 machine, currently running second. There's Radburn Shutters. He's lost some distance from those top two drivers, as Blake Hensley's right there in his hip pocket as they come out of turn number 4. They will complete lap number 3 in the record books. Brad Gebhardt up 2 spots now in that 5th position. Jim Ott battling with James Silvers. That's a battle for 6th and 7th on the board. And there's Adam Lancaster now looking to the inside. James Silvers as they come out turn number 2 down the back straight away. They're still side by side. Jim Ott has that 6th spot. What is Silvers and Lancaster going to do? Lancaster will take that 7th spot. Hackney has fallen all the way back to ninth with Sean Kostritza rounding out your top 10 as we have 4 laps in the books now.
It's nice to see Scott Fritz out in front. He's been having a bit of a rough season. Last season, he started out pretty good in this series. At the beginning, he seemed like he's just in the bridesmaid spot all the time and then not having the greatest ending to his season. So finally, this season, after a rough season, he moves his way up to the front of this race. 3 wide now through turns 3 and 4. Hackney in the middle, Kostritza to the inside. Hackney's going to get shuffled out. Silvers around the outside takes position, continues to battle with Sean Kostritza. They stay side by side to the front straightaway.
What a good move there, the 46 to get 2 spots. As right now, Keith Hackney under attack now from Matt Grenier. Matt Grenier to the inside, down to number 2, down the back straightaway. Look at Alex Card at 28. He's having a good run here tonight. And in the little Team Birdie machine. As Keith Hackney right now looks and clears the 33 of James Silvers. Hackney now back to that 9th spot. He's down 4 spots to start the race. So is James Silvers. And up front now, Adam Lancaster looking to the inside of the 44. Brad Gebhardt. That's going to be a battle for 5th on the board. Right ahead of him is Radburn Shutterson at number 3. As you're going to give Lancaster out to number 2, he will get that 5th spot as Gebhardt falls back to 6. As the distance still the same with their top 2 as they head into turn number 3.
And they're not pulling away from each other at all and just continuing to pull away from the field. But Blake Hensley looks like he has begun to close ground on Fritz and Iverson. Look at the lap times right here. Lancaster behind. Hensley is slower than Lancaster that time by, actually.
Yeah.
There's speed between him and Iverson. Hensley was faster than Iverson by about 1/10.5.
Yeah, and I'm not sure. Oh, there it is. Now I got it right. As we're on board with Hensley, see him in that 3rd spot as Iverson's the 2nd. You look at times, Iverson was quick that time by again. Meanwhile, your top 2. Tony Iverson starting to reel in your race leader of Scott Fritz little by little, lap by lap, as Blake Hensley has fallen back just a tad bit in the last 2 laps. There's Adam Lancaster currently running at 4th, and there's Radburn Shutters now under attack from Brad Gebhardt. Gebhardt to the inside, and right behind him is the 1 of Jim Ott. Gebhardt cannot make the pass as they head into turn number 1. He's still going to stay right there to the inside of number 3 of Radburn Shutter. Side by side doesn't come out turn number 2. And we got 2 by 2, 2 rows deep out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway. Gebhardt will inch ahead of the number 3 of Radburn Shutters. They head into turn number 3. Gebhardt going to try clear. There's the 46 of Sean Kostritza. He's trying. And there is Keith Hackney, 69, looking to the inside of Jim Alton, the number 1. Battle going on for 6th, 7th, and 8th, and 9th on the board.
5 drivers all grouped together right now, being led by Radburn Shutters. He is going to clear, Brad Gebhardt. He is going to clear Radburn Shutters, and Sean Kostritz is going to come right along with him. He's now side by side with Radburn Shutters. Little surprising, Steve, to see Radburn Shutters dropping back like this. You used to seeing him running up towards the front or pushing forward. Right now, he's not in a place that we're used to seeing him at all, especially this early in the race. He's under attack once again by Keith Hackney. Hackney's going to clear him through turns 1 and 2. You see he's going to slide up in front of him coming off turn number 2. Single filing back out, but right behind them, here comes Matt Grinner to the inside of Jim Ott, another driver we're not used to seeing back this far. We're used to seeing him inside the top 5. Several drivers, Steve, that we're used to seeing inside the top 5 are currently outside the top 5 or trying to fight their way into it.
Definitely look a little back. There's Justin Winters in the 16th position. He's up 1 spots and started the race right behind him. He has 1 win on the season. Is Jason Arison. He's under attack by the Black 57 of the Shock Eye Racing Watt Performance, or Watt Racing. Just screwed that one up. That's Jonathan Atkins. Atkins to the 17th spot there. Mo Abbott right behind him in 19th. Now looks to the inside of the 74 of Arison. Arison will fall back 19th. And there's Jordan Slater right now rounding out your top 20. Look a little further back. There's the 77 of Tyler Evans. There is Justin Ray. Jason Bridges Under attack from Brian Terry. That's for 25th and 26th on the board. Alex Penn in the 30 machine, currently running 27th. Travis Twitty currently running 28th. There's Todd Mays in that 42. And Michael Cole in 30th. All 30 drivers on the lead lap. And right now, Scott Fritz, you have company because the 72, he's been tracking his every move, and he's right there, BJ, waiting for that valuable mistake to happen from Scott Fritz.
Yeah, all over Fritz's back bumper. Here lately, Iverson has just been absolutely ridiculously quick. Now he's going to take a look to the inside of Scott Fritz. Close the door on him, though. Iverson's going to have to fall back in line as they come down the front straightaway. Now we'll see if Iverson tries to make another move, maybe to the outside. Trying to get that momentum run off the corner. No, he's just going to stay right in the tracks of Scott Fritz, right up to his back bumper. You see him right there? Fritz is going to look like Fritz might have been opening the door, but Iverson was not able to get there on the inside coming off the corner.
Iverson loses a little bit of ground there. He's going to try to make it up in turn number 3. That's the battle for your race lead. Right about car length distance between the drivers. Right behind him in that third spot right there, a distance away, is the 31 of Blake Hensley, as Adam Lancaster is now starting to catch up to Blake Hensley. And just a couple of laps time, this should be a battle going on for that third and fourth spot. Sean Kostritza has up 6 spots, currently running in that 5th position. Keith Hackney started in 5th, dropped back, made his way back up to the 6th spot. And Brad Gebhardt, he started 7th, currently running 7th. And Radbird Shutters, he's down 6 spots to the start of the race. Jim Alt, he started 9th. He's currently running in 9th. Now he looks to the inside at number 3 machine. Jim Alt, he won week number 1 of the Xfinity Series. Came out of Pocono as your points leader. And then you have Matt Grenier right there in the 15.
And while those battles are going on, Tony Iverson did take over the race lead from Scott Fritz. Now they got right about a 4-car length gap between the two. Iverson showing how much speed he has over Scott Fritz right into 3 and 4. Fritz is actually closing the gap once again. The draft could really be coming into play to allow Fritz to kind of slingshot into the corner right there on Tony Iverson. See him right there, almost identical down the front straightaway. Fritz going to close the gap once again. Just over a car length between those two drivers. They head down the back straightaway.
Here you look at Tony Iverson, your race leader, in that number 72. Out of turn number 4. Down the front straightaway here. You see Scott Fritz. Meanwhile, look at that 13th spot. That is the 28 of Alex Carr. Not used to seeing him up here in the front of the pack, you know, towards the top 10. This is kind of different to see from him. Good job for that driver. Kyle Mays up 9 spots in the 55 machine. Currently running at 12th. And there's James Silvers. He's fallen back 5 spots currently in the 11th spot. And he might lose that to the 55 of Kyle Mays. As he come out turn number 4, actually, Silvers will shut the door on Kyle Mays. Now Silvers thinking about looking to the outside of that number 15.
Battles continue to ensue. Jim Ott is going to clear Radburn Shutters for that 8th position. Shutters right now under pressure from Matt Grenier. Grenier having a fantastic run here tonight, staying inside the top 10 so far, battling with some of the bigger names of the series that I've mentioned earlier. We're used to seeing up towards the front. You got Jim Ott, Radburn Shutters, James Silvers, all right there in a group. Kyle Mays right there with them, and Matt Grenier is holding his zone against these guys, doing a fantastic job here all over the back bumper of Radburn Shutters right now as they head down the back straightaway.
Well, we said momentarily ago that Adam Lancaster was closing up on Blake Hensley. That has deceased, and now he's losing ground to that number 30 wad of Blake Hensley that's currently running in your 3rd spot. Tony Iverson continues to lead here with Scott Fritz all over that tail tank as they come out turn number 2 down the back straightaway here at Nashville Super Speedway as we're on lap number 23 as they head into turn number 3. Sean Kostritza currently running in that 5th position with Keith Hackney right there in his hip pocket, and they're in the middle of 3 and 4. As they come out turn number 4, lap number 23 to Bucks. Next time we'll be halfway to the stage break here at Nashville Super Speedway. You're watching the Bluegrass Xfinity Series live on Ultimate Dirt TV.
Hackney has been slowly recovering from that mistake earlier that cost him all those positions. He's slowly working his way forwards. Right now, he continues to follow Sean Stritz, but up in the front, we're halfway down at the stripe of the stage, halfway to go. Scott Fritz is not letting Tony Iverson out of his sights. Iverson made the pass on him, put a little bit of gap. Scott Fritz closed back up on him. He's wanting to go after him once again, but looking a little further back through the field. We got Alex Carr followed by Michael Robinson and Robbie Richards right there, all in a tight group right behind Bobby Mays. But Michael Robinson tight on Alex Carr all over the back bumper. He's going to look to the outside here, and turn number 3 is not going to have it. Alex Carr is going to keep it clear right in front of him.
Well, you know what? As I headed to turn number 4, I just realized that now I own a Toyota along with my pair of Chevys in here tonight. As I look at Jonathan Atkins in his Toyota machine, there is 5 Toyotas in the field tonight, a handful of Fords, and a slew of Chevys. As the Chevy leads right now, and that's Tony Iverson from Fernley, Nevada.
I have to agree with Atkins' choice to go with the Toyota. I think the Toyota's a better car, and I think it's a better looking car than both the other two. So I like the idea to go with the Toyota Supra.
As they come out turn number 2, Tony Iverson goes a little wide there. The 01 of Scott Fritz couldn't capitalize. He stays right there in that second spot. A little further back, you look at James Silverstone running in 10th. Let's look through here. How about Justin Winter fans out there currently running at 18th position? Just kind of keeping it nice and steady, easy. Trying to complete it. We got pit stops happening right now. Keith Hackney down with Radburn Shutters, and James Silvers playing pit stops for the Cornerstone Motorsports.
It's definitely team coordination right here. Come down earlier than everybody else. I would have expected them to split the stage in half on the end of lap number 24 rather than coming down this late. But I do like the call to come down before everybody else. You come down and get your fresh tires, get back out to start making up ground before everybody else comes down pit road. Iverson and Fritz continue to remain out on the track. Fritz all over the back bumper of Iverson there for a moment, but Iverson had better speed through turns 1 and 2. He's able to widen the gap once again. You can see the speeds dinner on the bottom right of the screen. Fritz coming into the corners very, very quickly. It's going to put a lot of pressure on that right front. I'm surprised to see him able to maintain pace as much as he is by heading into the corner with such a late entry like he's running right now.
Well, James Silvers made his way back onto the race's surface. Alex Penn now and Justin Winters all down pit road take their pit stops as we're on lap number 30 here at Nashville Super Speedway. You know, one thing about it, we saw trucks go at least, I believe, the most they went was 31 laps last night. And here comes your race leader down pit road. That's Tony Iverson, heavy on the binders, not to get caught speeding. Now he relinquishes lead to the 0-1 of Scott Fritz, Blake Hensley there, but so Tony Iverson, Adam Lancaster, Jim Alt, Matt Grenier, Jason Harrison, all down pit road for their pit stops. As they got round about 18 laps to go until the stage break. And there's your race leader in that 0-1, Miss Jewel C Speed Shop 0-1 machine. Out here tonight, and he's going to slow it down back at the end of pit road. He goes going to, if I can speak, relinquish the lead to Blake Hensley.
Hand it over. He's going to hand it over, Steve. Just hand it over. Your top 5 now once this cycle's is going to be Blake Hensley, Michael Robinson, Robbie Richards, Jonathan Atkins, Bobby Mays. Your top 5, but all those guys all the way down through 11th position right now still has yet to come down pit road. How long can they hold on? Will anybody try to pull a Brandon Robertson, if you will, and try to ride it all the way to the end of the stage? There's only, let's see, 10, 11, 12. There's only 16 laps to go. Did I
What?
math that? I don't know if I math that right.
Jonathan Atkins, Blake Hensley, all down pit road. Sean Kostritza, Michael Cole down pit road. The new race leader is 18 of Michael Robinson. Jeremiah Hobbs right there in third. Justin Ray, is in third. Jeremiah Hobbs is in second. And then you got Jason Bridges and Bobby Mays rounding out your top 5 here at Nashville. Pretty much, let's see, I would say 10th on back has pitted. Everybody 9th forward has not as well. Whoa, we go Nelly. We got the 2 car. That was the 2 of Bobby Mays. Heavy on the binders. Got it sideways on the racing surface. He kept it going. Now Todd Mays at F42 is now your race leader with Travis Twitty in second. As they come out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway here in Nashville. You see the cars right behind him already have taken a pit stop. That is Alex Carr and Jason Arison. Currently in 22nd and 23rd spot. And you also see the 46 of Sean Kostritza there. Kostritza getting a lap back. So your new race leader, after everything's said and done, will be that number 72 of Tony Iverson when they cross the start-finish line. Blake Hensley in second. Scott Fritz must not have had a very good pit stop because he's in third. So he lost ground to Blake Hensley after that set of pit stops.
Yeah, I'm just saying. I was looking at the side of Todd Mays' car right there where he had the camera on him. He has got a card reader chip on the side of that car.
Huh.
You know, the little chip that you get on your credit cards now where you can slide them in the slot and it's just leave it there and it scans? There's a card reader chip on the side of that car.
Maybe he swaps it and pays for itself. Who knows? But right now, Tony Iverson is your race leader. Blake Hensley is closing in the gap here as we're on lap number 36, 35 in the Bucks. So we have 13 laps to go here before a stage break. You know, we told Alex last night he should be taking more race notes. He should be more prepared. Because he's Mr. Dirt Fault, and if he F's that up Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, he's going to be Mr. No Fault.
Well, he must be taking notes. He's down in race control with the admins right now. He's probably sitting down there writing stuff down if I know Alex.
Well, I have no clue what Xfinity Series racing with midget style racing on dirt has in common. So I don't know what kind of notes he's going to take to the racetrack.
Hey, don't ask me. Alex has pulled some stuff out of his hat that I ain't never seen before, so I just let it go.
Well, that's because that's Alex.
Exactly.
But meanwhile, Tony Iverson continues to lead here at Nashville with Blake Hensley and Scott Fritz, the top 3. You can throw a blanket of them as they come out turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Heath Hackton down that 4th spot. Jim Alt rounds out your top 5. Take a look at Justin Winters, currently running in 21st position. Looks to the inside 77 to take over 20th. Evans falls back that 21st spot. There's Alex Pien, Travis Twitty in 23rd. Something arises on that 57 car because he's currently in that 27th spot. Sean Kostritza didn't have a very good pit stop either. He's in 12th after a round, so he lost his spots. But look at Jordan Slater up 11 spots. Well, now 10 spots as Sean Kostritza gets around him. Sean Kostritza moves in that 11th spot as Jordan Slater falls back to 12th. But still up 10 spots since the start of this race as we're completed lap number 39 now on lap number 40 as we have 9 laps to go until the stage break. Tony Iverson holding off to 31 of Blake Hensley.
Yeah, Iverson was the leader when he came down pit road, and not by virtue of the pit cycle. He was the race leader by fighting his way there. Hensley found his way now into that 2nd position all over his back bumper, but Iverson is right where he wants to be, wants to make sure that he keeps Hensley in his rearview mirror and doesn't allow him to one side or the other. Hensley started to take a peek at the outside right there. Iverson closed the door on him. It's going to cause Hensley to fall back a little bit through turns number 1 and 2. Here comes Hensley taking a look to the inside now. Iverson is not going to throw the block on him. Hensley now at the quarter, side by side as they head down into turn number 3. He is your race leader, but he does not have Iverson clear. Let's see if the outside momentum. Iverson's going to wash way up high and loose off of turn number 4. That's going to hand the lead over to Blake. Yeah. I'm having trouble too today, Steve.
Well, you are. Just like me, it runs together when we're in the booth. We're side by side. I mean, you breathe the air that I breathe out, so it's bound to happen one way or another. But your new race leader is Blake Hensley. There's Tony Iverson and Scott Fritz, your top 3. There's Keith Hackney a little further back, all by his lonesome in that 69 machine. There is Adam Lancaster rounding out your top 5. Jim Alt, Radbird Shutters. Right there in number 3, they got Brad Gebhart and Sean Kostritza. That's for 8th and 9th on the board. You got Matt Grenier right now rounding out your top 10. If the race stage ended right now, those top 10 drivers will earn stage points. And so James Silvers is on the outside looking in if he wants a valuable stage point here at Nashville. But meanwhile, Blake Hensley is your race leader. Scott Fritz now looks to the inside. That 72 is going to battle for that second spot in that 72. Tony Iverson better watch out. He's flirting really close to the outside wall. He's trying to make sparklers or snakes and sparklers or whatever. Whatever. What's his name says? Sparkler and snakes. Yeah, sparkler and snakes.
I miss him being in the booth. Where is Jerry?
Jerry Van Sickle. I mean, you got to watch him on IMC TV this week. Oh, the door shut really tight there between the 40 or the 01 and the 72, as we're on lap number 45. 45 in or 44 in the books. 4 laps to go. As their top 10, Grenier still right there at that 10th spot. James Silvers now is falling back to 12th as George Slater has moved up that 11th spot and is actually starting to pull away. And look at Kyle Bates looking to the inside James Silver. Something's awry on that number 33 car. You got to wonder, did he take tires or not enough tires or something? Or maybe he's trying to save tires for the next stage. Not too sure.
I can confirm that James Silvers did not take tires on his pit stop based on his lap times. I'm wondering right now if he didn't push the car too hard before the first pit cycle as he just continues to fall back right now. It's not the way he wants this one to go. As Kyle Mays to his inside, he is not going to clear him through turns number 3 and 4. Okay, now he will. All right, prove me wrong. Slides up in front of James Silvers. He's usually pretty good at saving tires, usually making them last. It's one of his strong suits, but right now it really looks like he is struggling on the older tires. The first car on fresh tires is in that 5th spot. That's going to be Sean Kostritza. Second driver on fresh tires is going to be his teammate all the way back in 20th of Jonathan Atkins.
Right now, white flags in the air. Next time will be the stage break here with Xfinity Series live at Nashville Super Speedway. Blake Hensley continues to lead with Scott Fritz, Tony Iverson, Keith Hackney, Sean Kostritza, Radbird Shutters, Adam Lancaster, Jim Alt, Brad Gebhart, and Matt Grenier rounding out your top 10 here. Coming out of turn number 4, Bernie Sanders waving the flag to end this stage. Bernie Sanders wearing his jacket out there. Surprised he didn't fall asleep as we went caution free for 48 laps. Blake Hensley says this ain't his party and this ain't his cake.
Yes. Blake Hensley will come home with the stage wins, followed by Scott Fritz, Tony Iverson, Keith Hackney, stage win. Hensley, Fritz, Iverson, Hackney, Kostritza, Shutters, Lancaster, Ott, Gebhart, and Grenier, your top 10. Bringing home That all-important playoff bonus point is going to be Blake Hensley with 10 season points, all the way down through 10th place, going down by 1 point for each position.
Well, Blake Hensley looking to bring the field possibly down pit road here as they come out of turn number 4. We look to start to duck to the inside. Let's see what happens. And Blake Hensley is bringing the field down. Sean Kostritza, Radbird Shutters following in pursuit. Actually, Sean Kostritza stays out. That is very odd. But you know what? He might have a different race strategy compared to the others. Maybe going to try to divide it out a little differently in that number 46 machine. Jonathan Atkins staying out too in that 57. So teammates will lead the field to the green. And actually, Robbie Richards stays out. So this is some different strategy for Team Watt. Gotta wonder what BJ has been whispering to him.
Well,
Blake Hensley will beat everyone off pit road with Scott Fritz, Radbird Shutters, and Tony Iverson. What a good pit stop. We're at number 3 of Radbird Shutters. Lancaster Hackney Renier.
I got to figure it out. I just got to figure it out, Steve. They all pitted right around lap 30. They all 3 took tires. If you do a 4-stop race, that's 120 laps. So you pit on lap 30, lap 60. Oh, that's actually a 3-stop race. Lap 30, lap 60, and lap 90. That splits it into 3 pit stops with 1 extra set of tires.
For a green
Nope, that uses all your tires. That uses all your tires.
You just F that one up.
No, yeah. That didn't leave with any extra tires, but they used 3 pit stops, takes the 3 sets of tires that they had in the pits, and it splits the race up. So they're probably going to wait in a pit on lap 60.
Well,
actually, disagree with the move.
Lights go out. We're going to rack them and stack them a little loose out of turn number 4. How about that? Quick pit stop, quick intermission here, and we're back to race the next time by with Bernie Sanders, your flagman. Barney taking a week off. Not too sure when he's coming back from vacation. Tomorrow night, you get to see Mikey Dill Jr. He was kind of scared to race with us last week at Watkins Glen. He's going to make an attempt here tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. Eastern, live on Ultimate Dirt TV. Fields in the hands of that number 46 as they're in turns 3 right now. As they're side by side, the field is racked and stacked. Teammates first, second, and third. And then you have Blake Hensley on first set of tires. BJ, it's all yours.
Kostritza, Atkins, Richards, Hensley, your front 2 rows. There's the Geico restart zone. There is the fire. You see the teammate work right there with Atkins and Kostritza. Robbie Richards, a little mistake on the restart there. He's going to be looked to the inside from Scott Fritz. 3 wide for second, side by side for, or 3 wide for third, side by side for second. Richards is going to make a smart move. He's going to back off and let them have it rather than get stuck in the middle of congestion. Tight to the inside is going to be Scott Fritz all the way down the back. Straightaway caution flag is going to fly, though.
You gotta wonder, is there something with the start?
Yeah, definitely a bit curious on that one myself. Which, I mean, I'm not quite into the lobby still yet.
Oh, no, there was a wreck ahead. Oh, wrong button. Oh, wrong button. So in the back, they kind of bunch it up there.
Look at the checkup from Alex Penn right there, not getting back to the 34. Look like that has anything to do with the caution.
Silvers and Grenier. Grenier going around.
the second tap from Silvers. He does manage to hang on to it. Silvers, I think, is going to be the one to receive the most damage out of that, though. And the first to bring it down pit road, Silvers, Ray Evans, Bridges, Grenier, Mays, Penn, Winters, and Twitty and Terry all down pit road. Be interested to see if Kostritza, Hensley, and Atkins decide to stay out on this one here. Kostritza, Atkins, and Richards. I don't even know what I said the first time. Decide to stay out here. Seeing as they're the only three that did not pit during that stage break. When we come back to green, we'll be really close to that lap 60 marker. Really interesting to see the call on this one. So far, they're staying out, though.
Well, you know what? Let's go ahead and do our tutorial. How to hit the thumbs up on the YouTube channel of the Bluegrass. There is 25 people watching. That means 15 people have not done this. Let me scoot this screen over. Y'all be able to see it. The thumbs up button right in here, or the thumbs down, either or, click it. 25 of you, should be 25 likes or 25, half and half. And then hit that share button that's in between the thumbs down and the clip. Hit the share button, share it out to your friends, loved ones, family. And if you need to make it, this right now is in 480p. You click it, go to 1080. And it changes the picture, makes it a little bit crystal clear for you to watch the race tonight. So there's you some tips. So we want to see this thumbs up or thumbs down to be clicked. There's 26 of you. 15 have not clicked it yet. Now 16. And then hit that little share button. That's the tutorial here tonight of how to get the algorithm working. Also use that chat. We'll get that algorithm working here on YouTube. Lights are out. We're going to let them loose out of turn number 4.
Kostritza, Atkins, and Richards all decide to stay out. Now it's going to be Kostritza and Hensley on the front row. Atkins and Fritz on row number 2. Base cars in. Kostritza is bringing us back to the Geico restart zone. You see it come up around the bottom left of your screen. Right there it is. Fire anytime inside that zone. And right there, he takes off right about in the middle of it. He's going to bring Atkins right along with him on his back bumper. Hensley's going to keep his nose there at the right rear quarter of Atkins. Stronger run on the fresher tires for Blake Hensley around the outside of Atkins. He's going to have that second spot secure. But Kostritza is going to move up and close the door to the outside. Now Hensley's going to move to the inside on Kostritza. He wants that race lead back. He's not going to take no for an answer. He is going to be free and clear and have the race lead once again. The top 5 is now Hensley, Kostritza, Atkins, Fritz, and Shutters.
Hensley trying to dominate here, goes to the lead with the first set of tires, but the 46 ain't letting him go just yet. But here comes the 01 of Scott Fritz. Try to get around that number 57 of Jonathan Atkins. They're side by side going into turn number 3. Alex Robinson, this ain't your show. If Alex Robinson's on TikTok, you all might want to run, especially if he's watching, trying to learn from Jason. That's going to be kind of scary, especially when he's at Bridgeport on Flow Racing, when he should be announcing him doing a TikTok. But right now, the turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Scott Fritz looks to the inside of the 46 of Sean Kostritza. They're side by side in turn number 3. He's going to give it to Kostritza. Now look at Adam Lancaster battling with the 57. They're side by side. Give it to Lancaster momentarily. Here comes the 57, Jonathan Atkins. He's going to battle back on the outside. Give it to Atkins at the line. Here comes the 3 of Radburn Shutters. He's on the outside of the 69 of Keith Hackney. That's the battle right now going on for 6th and 7th on the boards. They come out turn number 2 down the back straight away. And you know, Robbie Richards, he did not pit that time. And the last pit stop. And he's now fallen back to that 12th position. Got to wonder if he used up his tires a little too much during that race. Brad Gebhardt in the 13th, currently right behind him with Michael Robinson in the 18. And then you have Alex Carr. Alex Carr in the Birdie Racing, car number 28. Currently running in 15th. Mo Abbott, haven't talked much about him tonight. Currently running 16th. Jim Alt down 8 spots at the start of the race. And there's Justin Ray in a 38 machine. In 18th, there's Jason Arison, and Jason Bridges has cracked the top 20 of 6 spots in the Highside Hustlers, car number 34. Meanwhile, Blake Hensley continues to lead as we complete lap number 61. Hensley over Scott Fritz.
Hensley and Fritz have started to gap the field. The rest of the field currently being led by Sean Kostritz and Jonathan Atkins. Those two teammates right there doing everything they can and doing a fantastic job of holding everybody off on the older tires right now. Keith Hackney is making his way by Jonathan Atkins now, actually. And here comes Adam Lancaster, the inside of Sean Kostritz, side by side for that third spot. Lancaster, he's got the speed, he's got the fresher tires, he's got everything on his side to make this pass, and he is going to do so, and he's going to bring Keith Hackney along with him to the inside.
So right now Jonathan Atkins looks to the inside of Sean Kostritz. Kostritz will fall to that 6th spot as the 57, now in 5th. Right behind him is Tony Iverson and the 55 of Kyle Mays. Well, the problem of it is to announce when the Bluegrass Iracing series TikTok is going to happen. The problem of it is now we're trying to get it edited because Alex was caught slapping his cupcakes. Meanwhile, Blake Hensley continues to lead.
Say what, Steve?
Apparently he was slapping his cupcakes, whatever that is.
I feel like this is a case of what you would see from cars. He did what in his cup?
Apparently either he's eating a lot of cupcakes or he's slapping them. I have no clue. And we got pit stops. This is Jonathan Atkins, Sean Kostritz down pit road, and they have contact, BJ.
A little bit of contact there, but they're able to hang on to it. No harm, no foul. Maybe a little bit of lost time right there. This is all got to be part of the strategy between these two drivers. And Todd Mays is actually on his way out of pit road. I'm not sure what happened to that number 42 there, but I'm surprised that Robbie Richards did not come down with his teammates right there and make the same call and stay on the same strategy as Kostritz and Atkins.
Definitely not, but Blake Hensley continues to lead with a 0-1. Scott Fritz out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Lancaster and Hackney starting to close in on there. There's Kyle Mays at 55 with a top 5 right now. He's up 16 spots. And what about Jeremiah Hobbs in the 19? Up 22 spots. Currently running at 6. Jordan Slater at 15. Currently running in 7th. Then you got Tony Iverson and Brad Gebhart battling right now for 8th and 9th on the board. Give it to Brad Gebhart as they lead into turn number 1. Jim Alt now to the inside. Tony Iverson. Iverson has damage on the right rear of that machine as they come out turn number 2. So something happened there. That might have been when he scraped the wall, or maybe someone got into him when they made green flag pit stops. Have to keep an eye on that, see if that happens to hurt that car even more. Well, right now, the little Team Birdie, Alex Carr battling with Radbird Shutters. We got caution on the speedway. Not sure who that's for.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure because I'm not seeing any major drops. Checking to Robbie Richards, who's all the way back into 22nd position.
Right now, Cody Henderson's cleaning the cupcake icing off of Alex Robinson's hands. That's pretty sad. That's the reason why he came tight. He couldn't say make. Don't me over the booth. No, I'll leave that to someone else to don't you over the booth.
Ay, ay, ay.
Don't me over the booth. Oh, Lord have mercy. Pit stops happening. Blake Hensley, Scott Fritz, and everybody coming down. Gotta wonder if Jonathan Atkins and Sean Kostrix are going to stay out. Atkins with some damage on the rear end of that machine. Gotta wonder how much icing is Cody Anderson cleaning off of Alex Robinson's hands right now.
Huh.
Justin Winter stays out. He's going to be your race leader, Brian Terry and Michael Cole. All right, Cody, got a question for you. How much icing are you cleaning off of Alex Robinson's hands right now?
None. I'm doing my job in race control.
Well, I mean, I didn't know. I mean, like I said, there's going to have to be a lot of editing going on to that TikTok right now.
Hey, Jason went live in the Discord with it and filmed his TikTok, and Alex and I were giving him some crap about it.
And what's sad is Alex says, "Don't me over the booth." I'm done at that point. That he's all yours.
Nah, we're enjoying this company there in the big hauler.
All right, we're gonna put you back down there. All right, Sticky Fingers, tell us about it.
What? Steve.
What fans at home want to know? What about these cupcakes on TikTok?
No. Jason was going live in Discord,
Uh-huh.
and we all heard play-by-play of him making his TikTok.
Where did the
So
cupcakes come in play?
I don't know where the cupcake. I didn't say something. I didn't even say anything about cupcakes.
Was you eating a cupcake?
I was not eating a cupcake.
But now you got a Cody Anderson clean your fingers.
No. All I know is now you're making me hungry for a cupcake, so now I'm not happy about this, Steve.
Well, go down back down there and get Jason to order you a slice of pizza.
Oh, thanks.
Steve causing trouble.
These kids these days. How about that Justin Witters is going to double up and he's going to restart on the inside line for this restart. Brian Terry. So you got to think about it. Everybody behind the sevens on fresher tires. I'm assuming they took tires. BJ could check that out.
So I'm trying to do. Winters and Terry. 55 on the last pit stop, took fuel only. I don't know what the prior stop for tires is on that.
We're talking about
everybody else is on tires except for Jason Bridges in 10th, took fuel only on lap 70, but I don't know what he did prior to that either. So don't know how old his set of tires are. Oh, right there it is. So probably got right about 17 laps on tires in.
So we saw it with Sean Kostrix and his teammates. They had to run about that many laps on their set of tires after the stage break. So Justin Winter's job is going to try to maintain the drivers behind him. And if he drops a spot, not try to drop far back, but stay running up front until the next round of pit stops. Either that's a caution or they have to come in. As they come out turn number 4, the iRacing Pink's car pulls to the infield or down pit road as Justin Winters and Brian Terry come to the Geico restart zone. Green flag is in there. We're back to racing as lap number 73 is in the Bucks. We're on lap number 74. Good start there for Justin Winters, and we got chaos, and they managed to save it. Brian Terry still not done there.
Brian Terry come down across and there's Blake Hensley and got him all out of sorts, but Hensley was able to hang on to it and advance his position over Brian Terry. Terry now starting to fall more and more positions back. Justin Winters continue to maintain the race lead. You see right there, Brian Terry now under attack from Kyle Mays in the 55, working his way on by.
Kyle Mays going to stall right there in the middle of the turn. That's going to allow the 13 to battle back to the inside. That's a battle for 6th on the racing surface. You see them, they're 2 by 2 by 2 behind them. As the 19, that is Jeremiah Hobbs trying to look how to get around these fine folks. And now that's going to lure James Slater to the inside of the 19 of Jeremiah Hobbs as they come to complete lap number 75. As we're on lap number 76. Now we got a battle for the race lead. The 01 will take over from Justin Winters. So, you're Justin Winters now. It's okay. You just don't want to fall too far back. You want to stay in the mix. So he's going to allow that 31 to go in turn number 3. He's going to probably allow Lancaster, the faster cars, to get around him. And he's going to find his spot right there behind Keith Hackney. If I was him, I'll just try to stay there until the round of pit stops happen or a caution. As your race leader is Scott Fritz right now. There's Blake Hensley. Adam Lancaster goes a little wide, allows the 69 right there. You see Justin Winters trying to hold on. He had 16 laps older tires than the rest of the field. He's on a different pit strategy here. Going to try to outsmart the field in this pit strategy. Last night we've seen some pit strategies work, some not. And Justin Winters is hoping his will tonight. A little further back, you see Brian Terry battling with Alex Carr. This 11th, 12th on the board. Then you have Michael Robinson and Brad Gebhardt and Tony James Silvers.
And just sitting here looking at scoring, speaking of outsmarting the field, I think the strategy call for Sean Kostritza and Jonathan Atkins may have backfired a little bit. Sean Kostritza still a lap down. Jonathan Atkins mired all the way back in that 23rd position. I think the caution might have really put a damper on things for their plans, for their strategy calls. They now have a massive uphill battle to try to get back to the front. Robbie Richards looks like he went ahead and just called it a night. It's a Team World of Thunder strategy up in the wind right now, and flying away from them as we have a battle on track right now. Brian Terry still continuing to try to hold on to as many positions as he can, but Brad Gebhardt's going to work his way on by. Now here comes Matt Grenier for that 16th position.
Down the back straightaway, you see Adam Lancaster in the 3rd spot, Keith Hackney all over him in that 69. There's Kyle Mays and Jeremiah Hobbs. Winters has fallen back to the 10th spot. He's going to try to hold the 3 Redbird Shutters and Jordan Slater out. Take a look at the pit strategy now. Justin Winters has been out on the racing surface for 25 laps. So he'll be pitting within the next 5 to 6 laps in that number 7 machine. As they come out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway, Silver's going to clear him. Silver's down, moves up to that, or Shutters moves up to that 7th spot. And now Slater also gets around him. So Justin Winters and Jim Alt now battling Alt to the inside of Winters. Winters is trying to make it to this pit window. Meanwhile, Scott Fritz is out front, out of turn number 2, down the bank straightaway with Hensley, Lancaster, Hackney, and Mays. Rounds out your top 5 here at Nashville Super Speedway as we're on lap number 82. 81 in the books. To come out turn number 4, soon to be 82 in the books on lap number 83.
The drivers that have led the most laps, if I'm not mistaken, are going to be Scott Fritz and Blake Hensley. Hensley looking to track down Scott Fritz, but not able to make it happen right now. Fritz just holding a much better pace than Blake Hensley. Talking about somebody holding pace, Adam Lancaster, Keith Hackney, right there sitting 3rd and 4th, are lurking and gaining ground quickly on Blake Hensley. So just over a tenth faster the last time. I will see what they get this time around. Just a hair faster that time. Not a major difference on lap number 83 between those two drivers, but Scott Fritz continues to pull away from all of the top 5 drivers.
Well, in the next 6 laps, they will have 30 laps to go, and they can make it. If they make a pit stop in the next 6 laps, they'll be able to make it on the 30 laps, but not counting green, white checkers if that may happen. Our Larry Mack is not in the house tonight, or Larry McNuggets, as we call him. He's not in the house, so he gives us our trends here to Bluegrass, and he's kind of absent, trying to get ready for tomorrow night, as Scott Fritz has pulled away from Blake Hensley in that 31 machine. There is Keith Hackney, Adam Lancaster, and Kyle Mays. And I'm looking on the score charts right now. Justin Winters in that 16th spot there. Let's take a look at his pit strategy. Well, this pass, I can't get to it, so it's coming up. It's coming up, and he's right there with it.
Yep.
But if you look at the pit strategy on there, I mean, you've seen someone go 31 laps on the tank of fuel and tires. So, I mean, we know he can go that far, but the pit stop, he's going to be right there on lap number 90, or pretty close to it.
Yeah, we're looking. He's in 16th. His last pit was on lap number 55. We're on lap 87. So right now he's on 32 laps. You got to think he probably had about 2 laps pacing after refueling and taking that. Actually, he didn't take any tires on that pit stop, but after refueling, probably had about 2 laps pacing because it was under caution. So I want to say he's probably got, based on what we saw there, I'm going to say he's probably got till, just like you said, about lap 90 to lap 91, somewhere right around there. I expect to see him coming down.
So that's going to be the longest green flag stint coming from that driver in number 7 of Justin Winters, trying to extend his fuel strategy there. Scott Fritz, Blake Hensley, when they come out of turn number 4 past the flag stand, they could pit in 2 laps and make it. But that's not including the green-white checkers. So you got to wonder what the up-front's pit strategy is, because you look at the pit strategy, they're on 18 laps, so they could go at least another 12 to 13 laps from here.
Everybody in the top 10 looks like they're on the exact same strategy at the moment. I don't know. You got to do something. We talk about it all the time. You got to do something different than the leader's doing in order to win the race. Whether that's a different line, a different strategy, you've got to do something different. Everybody in the top, inside the top 10, had the same numbers right there. You just pulled up, Steve. Who's going to be the one to step out, make the Hail Mary call, and possibly come home with a race win? And Justin Winters just calls out his pit stop. Brian Terry calls out his pit stop. Both these guys are going to be coming down pit road this time.
So that's the strategy. They know they can make it now. Unless we go green, white, checkered. Jeremiah Hobbs is taking over that 5th spot as Kyle Bates falling back to 6th. Radburn Shutters right there in 7th. There is George Slater in 8th. Jim Alt in 9th. And there's Alex Carr in the top 10. James Silver's on the outside looking in the top 10. Scott Fritz continues to lead, but his lead is shrinking. Blake Hensley is reeling him in. Scott Fritz started on the pole tonight.
Blake Hensley has shown a lot of late run speed out here on this Nashville Super Speedway tonight. And right now he's showing it once again as he's closing the door lap after lap on Keith Hackney on Scott Fritz. Keith Hackney back in 3rd right now is trying to do the same. He's a little bit faster than Scott Fritz, but Blake Hensley currently has pace over him. There's a bit of a catch-22. He's got to hope these guys battle it out and hang on to a battle for quite a while and slow them both down to have a chance of getting up there. That time by Keith Hackney was the faster out of the top 5, though.
92 laps in the books. 28 to go here As laps are winding down at Nashville Superspeedway, you're watching the Bluegrass Xfinity Series live on Ultimate Dirt TV, simulcast live on DirtFed.com. Well, you're watching YouTube. Alex got banned for a little bit, and now he's back. Got banned for 300 seconds and came back. It's like that annoying little gnat that you can kill when you swat at it. He's back.
You swat at it, it just goes behind your head where you can't see it for a little while, and then it comes back around after a couple of minutes. Like, son of a bleep.
Right there you see the 0-1 Scott Fritz and Blake Hensley. Hensley has closed the gap with his striking distance ahead in turn number 1. 26 laps to go here. And the Bluegrass Xfinity Series out of turn number 2 to 31. He gets a good run off of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. It looks to the high side there. Side by side in turn number 3. New race leader out turn number 4. Let's see. Fritz battles back at the line. Is going to be Scott Fritz with 25 laps to go.
Meanwhile, while this battle going on with the leaders, pit stops are underway. Ott calls out his pit stop. Shutters, Mays, Erson, Iverson all down pit road. Top 2 still side by side. Blake Hensley scores the race leaders. They go down into turn number 3. He has Scott Fritz cleared. He's going to slide in front of him, and he will. Fritz is not going to be able to do it. I was expecting to see him do the crossover and try to go back underneath, but he's not able to do it down the front straightaway. Fritz is all over the backbone for that 31, though.
24 laps to go for your top 2 here as they continue to battle. There is your third place, Jeremiah Hobbs. George Slater in 4th. Alex Carr now up to the top 5 as Hackney, Mays, and Harrison out. Are not out, but they're in pit road, take their final pit stops of the night. There's Brad Gebhardt in that 6th position at number 44. Jeremiah Hobbs up 25 spots at a number 19 machine. Blake Hensley continues to lead. You gotta wonder. As we look at the pit strategy there, he's on lap number 27. We know on that set of tires, you know they go 3 more laps for sure. But we've seen Robinson go 33 laps. Hobbs went 33 laps in the first stage. So they can go for about 7 more laps on a tank of fuel before they have to make their final pit stop of the night. Scott Fritz down pit road. Hobbs now moves to the 2nd spot. George Slater into 3rd at number 92. Would that be a race if George Slater finishes in the top 3 here tonight? Alex Carr, how about him? In that 4th position. Brad Gebhardt rounds out your top 5. The only problem is we know these drivers have to make a pit stop. There's the 13. He's a lap down. It's Brian Terry at that 28th position. Tell what fresher tires are doing. He's chasing down your race leader. He's going to earn his lap back the hard way. As we come to 21 laps to go here.
If he could earn his lap back and start making up spots, and a lot of spots in a big hurry, he stands a good chance to take over the race lead with the pit cycles. But however, looking down through everything right now, we got Adam Lancaster, who's already pitted him back out. And he is at the front of the line of the drivers that did pit. So Adam Lancaster have to get his lap back, come back after it. I'm trying to see where Brian Terry's at. I don't see him in scoring on my end. There he is. Brian Terry is in 27th. Strategy calls all over the board right now. It's still anyone's game, especially with that possibility of cautions with people coming down pit road. And Blake Hensley nearly swings that one out too wide in that number 31.
As he comes down pit road, that's going to turn the lead over to Jeremiah Hobbs. George Slater in 2nd, Alex Carr, Michael Robinson, Justin Ray. Blake Hensley, Brad Gebhardt, James Silvers, Alex Penn, Tyler Evans, Jason Bridges, and Shocker Stritza all down pit road to make their final stops of the night. As 19 laps to go, your race leader Jeremiah Hobbs down the back straightaway. He leads him in turn number 3. There is Slater. in that second spot. And there's Alex Carr, that 28 machine. It's kept it clean all night long. And there's Michael Robinson, who's in fourth, and Justin Ray rounds out your top five. 18 laps to go for your race leader, Jeremiah Hobbs. He's going to have to make a pit stop pretty soon.
From 7th place on back, they're all a lap down now due to the green flag pit stops. The top five still need to come down pit road. Michael Cole in 6 is on pit road. Adam Lancaster come all the way around though in order to get his lap back and have a chance of taking over the race lead once again. But Jeremiah Hobbs and Alex Carr now coming down pit road. There's 2 of the drivers. That leaves Jordan Slater, Michael Robinson, and Justin Ray yet to pit on this cycle with 17 laps to go here. Jordan Slater continues to lead this race.
Here's Adam Lancaster currently running in 6th position. And there is the 3. So once your top 3 make a pit stop, that's going to hand it over to, I believe, the 17 machine. And let's look at this. So the 17 pitted many laps ago, like a handful. So if he stays out front from Radburn Shutters and nothing happens, he will take over the race lead as Justin Ray is now coming down pit road into his number 38 machine to make his final stop of the night. Jordan Slater continues to lead, BJ, and it looks like he's coming down now.
It's his turn to come down. At least Michael Robinson, the lone car that has not yet come down pit road. He will take over the race lead. Adam Lancaster moves his way into that 3rd spot. He's still 23 seconds behind Michael Robinson, who still has to pit. Yeah, I'm surprised he's staying out as late as he is kind of taking him, to be honest, it's taking him out of the running right now. He just called out his pit stop. He will be coming down this time. Adam Lancaster will be able to take over the race lead right here. Good stop for Adam Lancaster. He pitted on lap 94. So it has been, we're on lap 106 right now. So it has been 12 laps since Adam Lancaster pitted. Radburn Shutters a lap after that. Keith Hackney a lap after Radburn Shutters. Blake Hensley pitted on lap 101, riding in 5th right now. And they're all pretty well spread out right now, Steve.
They are, as your race leader at the line will be Adam Lancaster. Adam Lancaster got a handful of wins here this season. BJ, how many?
Go up here.
Put him on the spot as he comes out turn number 2 down the back straightaway. He's going to put the 42 of Todd Mays another lap down. So he already has 2 wins on the season. 3. Try to make it number 4 here tonight, as now he's your race leader. He's good to go with 13 laps to go here at Nashville Super Speedway. As you have Radburn Shutters, Keith Hackney Shutters has Blake Hensley. Actually, Blake Hensley's moved up to that 3rd spot, so he's got around Keith Hackney. Hackney's in the 4th position. And Scott Fritz rounds out your top 5 here tonight. As Scott Fritz, I believe, started on the pole tonight. Currently running in the top 5. And amazing how the last set of pit stops how the outcome of the last pit stops has put Adam Lancaster in that valuable lead position. With 12 laps to go out of turn number 2, there's Radburn Shutters. Heavy pressure from Blake Hensley now. Hensley to the inside. They're side by side going into turn number 3. Give that second spot to that number 31, but here comes the 3 battling back on outside.
Meanwhile, while they're battling, Keith Hackney is lurking right behind them. They single file to back out before Keith Hackney can get to him. Look a little further back. You got a battle between the 57 of Jonathan Atkins and the 7 of Justin Winters. Atkins will clear Winters. They come down the front straightaway. But that gap from Lancaster to Hensley has cut down to just under a half second, Steve. Hensley, Hackney, Shutters are all catching Lancaster at an astounding rate of about 0.4 of a second per lap.
And here comes Keith Hackney in the 69 machine, looking to the inside of Radburn Shutters. He will take it. And so does Scott Fritz. He falls along as we have 10 laps to go. Adam Lancaster, he has company out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. And there's some lap cars ahead of him. So that 31, he has closed the gap tremendously. Here to close the stages as they come out turn number 4 with 9 laps to go. Hensley going to look to the outside of the 17. And the 17 Lancaster almost shut the door on him, but that allows Blake Hensley now to the outside. Side by side, coming out turn number 2. New race leader, Blake Hensley, off of turn number 2, down the back straightaway. And don't look now, here comes the 69 of Keith Hackney.
Hackney now all over the back bumper of Adam Lancaster. Looks Scott Fritz right there in the mix as well, right behind Keith Hackney. He wants to come after it too. These three are second, third, fourth, and fifth. Fritz is going to take a 3 wide to the inside of Hackney with a lap car of Brian Terry to the outside. He's going to try to make it a 2 for 1 here in turns 1 and 2. Stevie's not going to be able to do it. He's going to slide up in front of Keith Hackney.
As he comes down the back straightaway, Fritz will fall in line. Now it's going to duck to the inside, going into turn number 3. The 17 run that middle groove as the 01 looks to the inside, pulls alongside him. Out of turn number 2, down the front straightaway. As we come to 7 laps to go here at Nashville. And here comes Keith Hackney in follow-on pursuit as he looks underneath Adam Lancaster. Adam Lancaster landed a handful of laps. Now he's falling back. Now you look at the 3 of Radbird's Shutters. He's right there lurking too, trying to get in the top 4. Currently running in that 5th position. Meanwhile, Blake Hensley is walking the dog here.
Hensley just continues to walk away with it. I think Lancaster might have pushed it a little too hard earlier in the earlier after the pit stops and burned the tires up on that number 17 machine and cost himself the race lead by doing so. He's clear back in that 4th spot right now and under pressure from Radburn Shutters all over his back bumper. It is Hensley, Fritz, Hackney, Lancaster, and Shutters your top 5. But here comes Shutters to the inside of Lancaster now. Lancaster going to shut the door through turns 3 and 4. But Radburn Shutters is not done yet. He is all over the back bumper of that number 17. As they cross the stripe with 5 laps to go. Barney's holding 5 fingers out right now, telling these drivers they've only got 5 laps left to do it. Scott Fritz, Keith Hackney are not going to have enough time at the pace they're running right now. Blake Hensley is growing his lead rather than it shrinking, rather than Fritz and Hackney catching up to him. Fritz has not had the greatest season that he's wanted. Right now, sitting in that 2nd spot, this is a bit of a bounce back for him, a bit of a recovery for him. Based on the way that his season has gone, it'd be nice to see him back on the podium. He's doing exactly what he needs to do to be there.
31, he's trying to make another win here. Blake Hensley, there's Scott Fritz, and there's Keith Hackney. Hackney might have used his tires up a little too soon as he started to drop off just a tad bit. There's Radford Shutters down the top 4. Adam Lancaster rounds out your top 5 here. Kyle Bass is 6. Jim Alt, Jeremiah Hobbs, Brad Giphart, and Jonathan Atkins rounds out your top 10. Here at Nashville Superspeedway, as we got 3 laps to go out of turn number 2. Blake Hensley leads them down the back straightaway. There's some black cars in between the leaders. First and second, the 46 is going to allow the 01 of Scott Fritz to go around him as he's a lap car. Don't want to get in the way of this race. Blake Hensley right there coming to 2 to go with a sizable lead. He might win this thing if nothing arises on that number 31 machine. Scott Fritz right there. Don't think he has anything for Blake Hensley as Hensley's on fire out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Scott Fritz now getting passed by, or not Scott Fritz, Shock Schwartz get passed down by the 69 of Keith Hackney. Hackney in that 3rd spot. There's Adam Lancaster and Radbird Shutters. Shutters right there. Lancaster right there. Final lap for Blake Hensley. BJ, bring us home.
White flag in the air, just over 2 seconds for Blake Hensley over Scott Fritz. Absolutely no pressure down the back straightaway. Hensley, Fritz, Hackney, Shutters, Lancaster, and they've all spread out. This is all Blake Hensley into turn number 3 now, coming out of turn number 4, Blake Hensley, will win the Nashville 120 here for the Bluegrass Xfinity Series on the UDTV. Followed by Scott Fritz, Keith Hackney, Radburn Shutters, Adam Lancaster, Kyle Mays. Across the stripe, here comes Jim Ott. Across the stripe, Brad Gebhardt, Jeremiah Hobbs, Jonathan Atkins, your unofficial top 10.
Just the winners will come home in that 17th spot tonight. Mo Abbott and 18th, 19th be Tony Iverson, Jordan Slater will round out your top 20. As we take a look at your official results here on the board, it's going to be Blake Hensley picking up a win with Scott Fritz is second, Keith Hackney a third, Radburn Shutters fourth, fifth is Adam Lancaster, sixth will be Kyle Mays, seventh Jim Ott, Brad Gebhardt, eighth, ninth Jeremiah Hobbs, 10th Jonathan Atkins, Alex Penn, James Silvers, Jason Arison, and Alex Carr, and Justin Ray rounds out your top 15 here tonight.
And it's going to be Tyler Evans, Justin Winters, Mo Abbott, Tony Iverson, Jordan Slater, your top 20, Michael Robinson, Matt Grenier, Jason Bridges, Travis Twitty, Michael Cole, 25th, Brian Terry, Bobby Mays, Sharon Kostritza, Todd Mays, and Robbie Richards, your 30 starters here tonight.
We're going to take a quick little commercial. We'll be right back with post-race interviews. Welcome back to Ultimate Dirt TV, and BJ's caught up with your third place finisher, Keith Hackney.
Sure, I've caught up with the driver that's 69, and Keith, man, what a race you had. A bit of a roller coaster race. Early in the race, we saw you look like you got a little loose out of turn 2, dropped back through the field a little bit, and then had to fight your way back. Tell us a little bit about that, and a little bit about the drive back forward coming back through the field there.
Yeah, man. I just me and Blake got together coming out of 2 real early, and I thought it put him in the wall, and it about slung me around, and so I just backed out of it, and obviously got freight trained by a couple cars, and just had to like you said, just fight our way back up through there. I was really good early, before the stage. I had a really good long run car. I just I noticed I would catch them, before the stage. I was running them down about a half a tenth every lap, and then it'd pause, and then, half a tenth again. So, I was content. And then after the stage, it was pretty much balls to the wall. And that last run, I didn't conserve whatsoever. I was so tight right there at the end, and I pitted a little bit earlier than I wanted to. I thought it was going to be a little bit better than what I wanted, but it's all good. I'll take it. Third place is, hell, I mean, it's good, I guess. Good points, solid points tonight, and got a couple stage points with that too. So we'll take it, and we'll move forward to next week, where, like I always say, I don't plan on finishing the race, so I might as well go ahead and get ready for the playoffs.
Well, you kind of answered the next question I had. What kind of strategies, what kind of calls are you and your team making? What are you thinking going into the final race of the regular season there at Daytona?
I mean, we're definitely going to have to talk about, strategy for sure, and who's going to run with who. Obviously, at any given point, we're going to be spread out and just try to hook up and get together and see what we're going to do here. I just, you got some guys who don't have nothing to lose. You got a couple guys that do. So, I mean, it's going to be in our best interest to sort of help some of them other guys who, who, if they have a possibility to get in, then, that's number one priority, or at least that's the way it is to me. So, yeah, we'll just see how it goes. And hopefully we're back up here well, one of them's back up here next week, because I don't plan on it.
All right, we're good. Thank you, sponsors, shout outs, everybody helps make it possible.
Man, I gotta thank NLR first and foremost, Elite Performance, NH Lens, Custom Cabinets for Keith, Papa Mike Promotions, Cornerstone, Weaponize, everything they do, and all their sponsors. Jason for putting this on, and y'all for doing what y'all doing. And also got to thank Outlaw Gaming here. We ain't got the car or the logo on the car yet, but it's coming.
Sweet. All right, I like that. Thank you.
All right, man.
All right.
Appreciate it.
Steve?
All right, coming home in the second spot is going to be Scott Fritz. Scott Fritz, congratulations on your second place finish tonight.
Thank you, Steve.
Well, you led some laps, fell back, came back. Pretty much a good night here tonight.
Yeah, it was good. Qualified on pole and led there at the beginning, and I think Blake was just a little bit better on long run than me. Tried getting ahead of him there, pitting a lap or two before him there in the last pit cycle, and I got boxed in lap traffic. He got through lap traffic a whole lot better than I did, and let him get away from me, and that was the end of it there. But congrats to him.
Well, I mean, you got around the 69 for that second spot there. A podium finish. We're going to Daytona next week. You're pretty strong at the restrictor plate races. What's your goal?
Yeah, qualify up front and stay up front. I know I should have a lot of help there. I know a lot of guys trust me at the super speedways, and hopefully we can get it done next week and get some momentum going in the playoffs.
All right, go ahead and thank those fine sponsors making it all possible for you.
Obviously, Team CFM, just say Speed Shop, 1K Photography, Busy Corner Buggies, 6.5 Racing and Tire Solutions, 6.1 Media, and my mom and dad, and my fiance at work, and obviously you and Will in the booth as always.
All right, that's Scott Fritz coming home in second place tonight. Well, BJ's caught up with a race winner.
Straight up caught up with Blake Hensley, man. What a fantastic night you had. That car was absolutely on a tear all night long. You looked really good on short run. You looked even better on long run. Tell us a little bit about what that took.
Well, I'll be quite honest with you. I didn't feel that good on the short run, honestly, seeing how guys like Scott and Tony in the first stage were firing off and taking off, but, eventually caught back up to them. I knew I'd be good on the long run, knew I could save, and knew I could make the car last, and that's what I tried to do during every run, and fortunately enough, it landed me here in Victory Lane tonight. So very tickled with how it all went tonight.
Well, the strategy calls were all over the board. Cautions seemed to come at for some people the most inopportune times, for others the most opportune times for pitting. Tell me a little bit about what your strategy call was and how it played into your favor here tonight.
Well, the first run, I was just the same as everybody else. Wanted to try to hold on to that set of tires on the first stop and save during the first run and make it last to the stage. And it was good enough to pick up the stage win. And from there on out, it was pretty easy. Just take tires every time I stopped and still conserve. We still had some good runs in there in amongst it all. And towards the end, I was getting kind of nervous, especially when I saw Scott peel off before me. The run before, he had stayed a little bit later, sooner to the time when I went in, and it seemed like the time that I picked a pit every time was just enough. Every time I'd pull right back out in front of him and take back off. So, like you said, the cards just all fall in your favor, and fortunately, it's all started falling in my favor. All season I felt like I've been able to get here, and now I've done it twice in 2 weeks. So it's just really happy for everything that's been going on here lately.
All right, well, heading into Daytona next week, you got a little bit of momentum on your side. You really think it's going to play into your favor? Or what's your thoughts going into Daytona next week?
It's Daytona. Maybe this translates. I doubt it. It's a crapshoot. It's anybody's game. And primarily, really, I'm just worried about trying to get some more of my cornerstone and weaponized teammates in the playoffs. So whatever we can do to try to help them out and get them a spot. I've got my spot. And so just all I can do to help them out is the main goal. If whatever happens, though. If it happens to fall in my lap, then so be it. I'm not going to complain.
All right, fair enough. We're good. Thank you, sponsor shout-outs. Everybody helps make it possible for you to get there.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you all for an awesome broadcast as always. Y'all do an excellent job. Big thanks to Jason for putting on this league. I'm very thoroughly enjoying the time I've spent here so far. I've not been here. This is my first year, and I'm definitely gonna be a returning member. So look forward to seeing this 31 car for a while to a while to come. Then thanks to my beautiful fiance, she's at work tonight. So it always happens whenever I win races, she's never able to watch. So I get to tell all these stories about how I'm so good and winning these races. and she's never there to be able to watch it. But big thanks to her getting married here in the next 3-4 weeks. So really excited about that. And of course, shout out to W Energy and Function Junction, Mountain View Detailing, the aerial professionals of Western North Carolina, and my team, Weaponized Motorsports. But a big shout out to Cornerstone as a whole for bringing me on this year. Excellent team to be a part of. Great guys. Have a great time with every single one of them.
All right. Congratulations again on your race win.
Thank you, guys. Y'all have a good one.
Steve?
Well, that's going to conclude our broadcast here tonight with the Bluegrass Xfinity Series. We'll be back here tomorrow night, same time, same place, for the Cup Series. Until then, we're going to say good night and God bless.